industry. Whether it's on air or behind the scenes, there's a world of opportunities waiting for you. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President Trump holds a phone call with Vladimir Putin to talk about ending the war in Ukraine. We'll have the latest live from Washington, D.C. Plus, another protest pops up at the state capitol. We'll hear about the message they're trying to send to lawmakers. And we head to Escanaba, where some members of the community held a protest of their own. We'll hear about their message as well. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking things out for Marquette here for tonight. Relatively tranquil conditions expected here. A lot of clouds around, not much of any precipitation though. Temperatures will be falling close to the freezing mark and the winds will start to pick up. And tomorrow, of course, Wednesday, first day or last day of wintertime. And Mother Nature, well, she's got a parting gift for us as far as snow goes. Could be some pretty good amounts as well. We'll talk more about that later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Yesterday evening, the Escanaba Public Safety Department responded to a fire that spread across 2 homes. Just before 6:30 last night, crews arrived to find the homes fully engulfed in flames. They acted quickly to stop the fire from spreading to a third house and an adjacent garage. It took about 3.5 hours to put the fire out. No one was injured, and eyewitnesses say firefighters were able to rescue a cat from the blaze. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. It was a busy day for White House officials and President Trump as they worked to manage rapidly evolving conflicts abroad. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live at the White House with the latest on Russia, Ukraine, and the Middle East. Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Yeah, certainly a busy day here at the White House where President Trump spent his morning on the phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The two spoke for a few hours about that 30-day ceasefire proposal with Ukraine. Officials say the call, which began around 10 a.m., lasted until after 12 o'clock noon, and many are hoping this call was the beginning of the end to Russia's war in Ukraine. Now, in a readout of the call with Putin, the White House said, quote, both leaders agreed this conflict needs to end with a lasting peace. They also stressed the need for improved bilateral relations between the United States and Russia. The readout goes on to say the leaders agreed that the movement to peace will begin with an energy and infrastructure ceasefire, as well as technical negotiations on implementation of a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea, full ceasefire, and permanent peace. These negotiations will begin immediately in the Middle East. The Middle East, Kevin, was a big topic for the two leaders, according to the readout, which says both Trump and Putin agree that, quote, Iran should never be in a position to destroy Israel, end quote. Trump's talks with Putin coming just hours after Gaza's fragile ceasefire was shattered early Tuesday. It was the deadliest day for the region in over a year. The ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas had already been on thin ice after Phase 1 ended more than 2 weeks ago, and all sides have been sort of at odds with how to proceed. Israel said the strikes were due to Hamas's refusal to release the hostages and that the strikes were preemptive, claiming Hamas was planning to carry out terror attacks. Hamas strongly rejected those claims, calling them, quote, baseless pretexts to justify Israel's return to war. According to Palestinian officials, over 400 people were killed and more than 500, Kevin, were injured. Kevin, going back for a second on the topic of Russia and Ukraine, Moscow says a key condition for preventing any type of escalation is to halt any type of foreign military aid into Ukraine, as well as intelligence, military intelligence. So tomorrow, Russia and Ukraine are expected to exchange some prisoners, but there's been no indication yet that Vladimir Putin has accepted that 30-day ceasefire proposal endorsed by President Trump and backed by Ukraine. Reporting live at the White House for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always. Michigan farmers are pushing to ease regulations from the Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. Tractors took over the Capitol today as lawmakers heard testimony about the impacts of overregulation. Agriculture workers and business owners from around the state spoke up about negative experiences they've had with Eagle while advocating for more clear, consistent, and reasonable regulations to support Michigan agriculture.
The disconnect between the regulatory agency and their agenda, maybe, it seems, as opposed to sound science, is a large disconnect, and I hope we can bridge that gap and get on the same page and some mutual trust and some mutual understandings going forward.
We'll have more later tonight from farmers on the issues they're facing under Eagle regulations and the solutions lawmakers hope to introduce. Today in Escanaba, locals gathered on the corner of Ludington Street and North Lincoln Road to host a protest of their own. Protesters carried signs about a range of political issues, including the war in Ukraine, veteran health care, Medicare, Social Security, and Elon Musk's role in the government. One Bark River resident says he came out to protest the state of democracy in America.
Our freedoms are being eroded, and people don't seem to realize that. I've traveled extensively, and I've been in countries that have dictatorships, and I know exactly what they're like. And they work on fear and intimidation, and that's what we got going on today.
Cars driving through the busy intersection honked to show their support of the protesters, and one waved a Ukrainian flag as they passed by. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, a new nonprofit organization is looking to create the first wildlife rehabilitation facility in the Upper Peninsula. And later, we'll hear about fundraising efforts towards a refrigerated ice rink in Escanaba. We'll have the details when we come back.
Here we go. Survivors ready. Is everybody ready to race? Go! Go, go, go.
Lord have mercy.
Here we go.
Why am I crying?
Obviously, we're dancing.
We're singing.
I'm a dancer.
Very sorry to tell you,
The tribe has spoken.
New seasons of Survivor and The Amazing Race, CBS Wednesday, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
and don't forget, we're our
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Mr. Mattress here at Serta's Big Spring Sale, and it's going on now. There's extra discounts on all iComfort Pro mattresses and adjustable bases. Save up to $925. Zone Comfort design for full body alignment so you get a good night's sleep. At Shunk's, we carry a full line of Serta mattresses. They're all here for you to try. 22 different models and comfort levels to choose from. A nice plush queen-size perfect sleeper mattress is on sale for just $4.99. Shop Shunk's at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We talked earlier, Wednesday is the last full day of wintertime, and Mother Nature says, here's a little gift for you. Of course, we had that big blizzard not too long ago, and we have a winter storm watch, kind of a round 2 of the heavier snow that's expected here. That the winter storm watch, it officially begins tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning, but the majority of the snow is going to fall Wednesday afternoon and into Wednesday night. Pretty much the whole Upper Peninsula is under this winter storm watch. And as for the winter, again, it ends on a snowy note, and the snow will be heavy at times. And we can get up to a foot, maybe even 1.5 feet in spots here. So I'm not seeing the 20+ inches from the last blizzard, but this one is still going to pack a wallop. Notice the temperatures for tomorrow are going to hold in the lower 30s. So like the blizzard, these temperatures are warm. It'll be a heavier wet snow, typical March snow. So it'll be hard to push, and it will be hard to drive through. Factor in wind gusts that'll hit anywhere from 35 to as much as 40 miles an hour or more. That's going to cause the blowing snow, so it will be very close to blizzard-like conditions again on this round 2 as we head on through Wednesday and Wednesday night. You can see even into early Thursday morning, those wind gusts will be strong, still hitting the potential up to 40 miles an hour. So a rough go. For tonight, not too bad here. As you can see, a lot of clouds, but notice by probably midday on Wednesday, quickly developing snow. And it will be wet snow. Kind of a question mark, Sault Ste. Marie toward Escanaba, as to whether or not we're going to have a rain-snow mix. It makes for kind of a tricky snow forecast as far as snowfall amounts. By Thursday morning, most of the snow moves out and we get some sunshine. So snowfall amounts through the end of the day tomorrow, looking at about 3 to 5 inches here, maybe some higher amounts to the west, not much toward the east. That is by the end of the day Wednesday. A lot of it comes in Wednesday night, as you can see. Marquette, you could have a foot or more here and maybe 12, maybe up to 16, 17 inches out toward lawns. Smaller amounts off toward the east here. Again, that's a little tricky. Might even get perhaps up to 5 inches in some of those regions. Before tonight, temperatures will drop into the lower 30s. And into tomorrow, temperatures lower to mid-30s. That's going to keep that snow very wet. Could be some sleet or freezing rain mixed in, but this looks like mainly a snow event. By Thursday, first day of spring, hardly spring-like, a lot of wind, clouds, little hit of milder air on Friday, but we're back to cold air as we head toward the upcoming weekend.
Tom, thanks again. A new nonprofit organization is planning to create the UP's first facility for wildlife rehabilitation. The Superior Wildlife Rehab and Education Center wants to focus on providing rehab resources to injured and orphaned fawns and other mammals across multiple counties in the UP. This will also give them more opportunity to educate the public and train licensed rehabbers for full-time positions.
All of the licensed wildlife rehabbers in the UP are what's considered backyard rehabbers. What this means is we do not have a dedicated wildlife rehab facility for the entire UP. So all of us are working out of clinical spaces that we've created in our homes as part-time volunteers.
The organization is looking for donations and support from the Marquette, Alger, and Delta counties, hoping for a permanent location in Harvey. Our Andrew Hands will have more details coming up tonight at 11:10 Central. An Escanaba nonprofit is hoping to give locals a longer ice skating season. Enhance Escanaba is raising money to purchase an accessible refrigerated ice rink, which would be installed in Ludington Park. The rink would be operational at temperatures under 50 degrees, so skaters could use the rink from November to April. On Saturday from 1 to 3, Enhance Escanaba is hosting an open skate at the Wells Sports Complex and will accept free will donations for the project.
We used to have 3-4 rinks, but of course the weather was different, and everybody has a skating story. We want to generate new stories. We want to encourage maybe winter festivals and other types of activities, so hopefully this will be a start.
Enhance Escanaba is raising $250,000 for the rink and hopes to earn a grant for a portion of that amount through the state's Economic Development Corporation. Northern Michigan University's Social Work Department is celebrating 50 years. Coming up next on Insights, we're talking with the head of the department to hear how they're marking the occasion. We'll be right back after this.
Betting online can be fun. And really, what have you got to lose? Don't regret the bet. For tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. What you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Lead is an invisible threat. It's especially unsafe for children because their bodies and brains are still developing. Lead exposure can come from paint in homes built before 1978, dust, soil, and some imported goods. Lead can also get into drinking water from older plumbing. There's one sure way to know if your child is being exposed to lead. Talk to their doctor about a blood lead test today. Then find out where lead could be hiding in your home.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. At Northern Michigan University, they're celebrating 50 years of their social work department. Joining us tonight is Department Head Lamart Hightower. Lamart, thanks so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
Well, let's start off at the beginning. Tell me how the department got started.
Well, the department has been around since the mid-'60s, and initially we were part of the sociology and anthropology departments. And then around 2013, the departments separated, and we became our own entity at that point.
All right, and how has this grown over the years? What kind of services have come and just helped improve the department itself?
Okay, well, in 1974, and that's why we're celebrating 50 years now, that's when we were the first program, BSW program in the state to be accredited by the Council of Social Work Education. Since that time, we have really developed. In 2019, we started a master's program because we recognized a number of programs in communities needed more social workers. So we wanted to improve and be able to provide a lot of services for individuals in the communities.
All right, excellent. And Lamart, can you tell me also just what is the state of the department right now? How's everything going?
It is going fantastic. We have grown immensely. Since I've been here, we've more than tripled our faculty. We continue to reach out to agencies and organizations in the community who are looking for social workers. Oftentimes they're calling us about our graduates, wanting to know if they would be willing to come in and talk to them about possible employment.
Excellent, excellent. And 50 years is quite the milestone.
Yes,
so
it is.
Tell us how you guys are celebrating.
Well, we're doing two different things. First, Thursday night, we're having a celebration at the Landmark Inn from 6 to 8:30. We're bringing in a number of former faculty, former students to help us celebrate. They're going to talk about the history of the program. Some of the students are going to talk about what they've done since they've earned their degree from us, how getting their degree in social work from Northern has impacted their lives and as well as impacted the community that they're working in.
Sure, and what would you say the need is right now for more people in the social work field?
It is growing immensely. Social work is one of the fastest growing occupations in the United States. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we're growing at about 7%, and they think that by 2032, there will be an additional 600,000 social workers needed.
All right. So how is NMU working to try and reach those goals of getting more workers in there?
Well, one of the things that we're doing, we're working with our global campus department. We're reaching out to communities. So if a person wants to get their degree from social work and they are not living in the Marquette area, with the global campus, they can do online programs. And one of the nice things about our program is that our online program is accredited through the Council of Social Work Education as well.
And for anyone who would be interested in kind of entering the social work field, do you have any kind of advice you would have for them if they're looking to do that?
Well, I would encourage them, if they're wanting to think about it, is to contact us. Our faculty would be more than happy to discuss with them, tell them about what they can do as a social worker, really reach out and find out what their desires are, help them filter it through so they'll really understand what they can do as a social worker and to make sure that it would be a good match.
Excellent. I think my last question for you, Lamart, is where do you see this department going in the future?
I see it continue to expand. We're having a number of our students currently, not only in the Marquette area, but throughout the entire UP and part of the Lower Peninsula as well.
Excellent. Lamar, thank you so much for coming on with us today. I really appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure.
All right, and Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines when we come back. He has the highlights as Michigan Tech and NMU men's basketball face off. We'll be right back.
It was supposed to be a week-long mission, but it turned into a 9-month stay. What's next for the two astronauts once stuck in space?
And care to bet on a major threat to college sports? The president of the NCAA has a warning as March Madness tips off. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
This job, it's about sacrifice for something nobler than yourself.
Here goes everything.
The FBI's are back in action.
Move, move, move! We can stop this.
Eyes open, safety's on. Look at your back. Tracking down people who don't want to be found is our specialty.
CBS Tuesday is FBI night.
Well done, everybody.
The FBI's are all new. CBS tonight at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
This is home for CBS. WZMQ 19.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes, we're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. For the second week in a row, we have a battle of number 1 against number 2 in a Division IV basketball quarterfinal. Last week, it was number 2 Pickford facing number 1 Forest Park in a boys quarterfinal. Forest Park won. Tonight, it's the girls' turn with number 1 St. Ignace meeting number 2 UN Trout Creek at Gladstone High School. ETC coach Jackie Bessenden says history is on the opponent's side.
They're always lights out. They are a great program, great history for basketball. So now we'll focus on that. I haven't focused obviously on anybody but Norway, and it would be Hancock before that. So we'll do some scouting, and we know it'll be a tough game. We're just really excited to have that opportunity to get to play them.
Tip-off should be a little after 7 o'clock in Gladstone. In Division III, Sanford Meridian challenges Calumet in a quarterfinal at Manistee. And in Division II, Frankenmuth takes on Gladstone at Sheboygan High School. All those games should begin at 7 o'clock. Let's catch up on NCAA Division II Midwest Regional basketball action from the weekend. NMU against Michigan Tech in a quarterfinal. That's Dylan Keel with one of 3 straight baskets, brought NMU within 31-26. But the Huskies were also doing well behind the arc. Nate Abel, Josh Terrian. Sure, that's good for 3. 34-26 Huskies. Terrian had 10. Short time later, steal by Marcus Tomashik. He missed the layup, but Pete Calcaterra did not. Emphatic slam. Tech outscored the Wildcats 8-3, 42-29 at the break. Calcaterra had 22. Dylan Keel still made shots in the second half. Huskies up 10 at 42-32. But Adam Hobson found Calcaterra another slam. Tomaszek struggled from the floor. He still ended up scoring 22 points, a couple here on this drive. The Huskies moved into Sunday semifinal with an 87-72 win over the Wildcats. NMU ended its season 22-10. The second game on Saturday at 7th seed Lincoln, Missouri against number 2 Lake Superior State. Lakers started slowly, down 7 after 5 minutes, but that is when Tyson Edmondson started finding the range. Lake State now down 10-6. Pretty soon, Edmondson would hit another triple, and that would bring the Lakers within 10-9. We'll skip ahead to the end of the half, where Edmondson struck again. 8 triples in the first half on 10 tries, a total of 26 points. LSSU was in front 44-33 after 20 minutes. Few leads are safe, though, in the NCAA tournament. Tyler Chapman let one fly with a shot clock winding down. Yep, that was good. Blue Tigers down 3. Then Chapman nails that one to tie the score at 59. He only had 8 points. Lake State, though, went on a 10-0 run. Devin Womack now knocked down a pair of 3-pointers to give the Lakers a 10-point cushion. 69-58. Womack also had just 8 points. LSSU hung on from there, 76-64. So it was Michigan Tech and Lake Superior State in one semifinal. And the Lakers came out on top in that one, 83-73. So tonight's regional final will have the 4th seed Missouri St. Louis against Lake Superior State, the 2nd seed, and tip-off should be a little after 8 o'clock Eastern time. Meanwhile, on the women's side in Division II, that action was taking place at Grand Valley State. NMU against Ashland, and NMU just couldn't get going in the second half. Lexi Howe drilled a 3-pointer here. Ashland led by 15. Howe scored 14. J.C. Weisbrod, Alyssa Nims found Sarah Newcomer in the corner for 3. Newcomer made 3 of the Northern 4 triples in the game. She had 9 points, but the Wildcats just shot 31.4% from the floor compared to the Eagles' 45.3%. And that helped Ashland cruise to a 68-45 win and a berth in the regional final last night, where, on the scoreboard, number 1 seed and host of that regional, Grand Valley State, defeated Ashland 62-50. Escanaba's Nicole Camina had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 2 assists for the Lakers. So Grand Valley State will advance to the Elite 8. And we will be right back.
Here's a business looking for a customer. Here's a customer looking for a business. And that's where the Better Business Bureau comes in. The BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. That's why 80% of people choose BBB accredited businesses over non-accredited ones with the same A+ letter rating. Live happily, better after. Always look for the sign of a better business because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-859-0084. What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
Are you ready for some bird-tastic fun to celebrate National Puppy Day? WZMQ and Poets Pet Parlor invite you to submit a photo of your pups in our Show Us Your Pup photo contest. Then, on March 23rd, one random winner will win a $50 gift certificate for boarding and daycare at Poets Pet Parlor. Visit WZMQ19.com/pup to submit your photo and your chance to win today. Entries accepted now through National Puppy Day on March 23rd.
Some snow will come in by after midday tomorrow, and the snow will be heavy at times. It will rain or sleet could be mixing in before it moves off toward the east. This will be a heavier wet snow, 3 to 5 inches by the end of the day tomorrow from Marquette westward, smaller amounts toward the east. And then storm totals, though, approaching a foot from Marquette of this heavier wet snow with wind gusts up to 35 to 40 miles an hour, creating close to some blizzard-like conditions. Kevin? Back to you.
Tom, thanks again. Finally tonight, Superior Central Elementary is raising money for a new playground. The school began raising money from local businesses last year and is now reaching out to the community to help sponsor the last $80,000 of the $130,000 project. The new playground will replace parts of the over 30-year-old playground that they have currently with safer, more accessible structures.
Playground features some wooden structures that after 34 years need to be replaced for safety, ground coverings that we don't currently have to reduce fall risk, and then just the new playground structures have the softer materials so that kids are a little safer on them.
We'll have more about Superior Central's plans for the playground tonight at 11. And that's all the time we have for right now. More headlines coming your way at 11:10 Central. We'll see you then.